Welcome back to the Country Minute Podcast. I'm your host, James Shotwell, and if you notice, the office is a little different. We're changing things around, but that's not stopping the show. Today, I'm talking with the one and only Logan Garrett. You might not know his name, but I promise you will very soon. We recorded this conversation at Friends in Low Places, Garth and Trisha's bar in downtown Nashville during CMA Fest, actually in the middle of the day. It was a crazy day, as you will soon hear, filled with guest stars and all sorts of other things. But Logan is here to talk about something that we haven't really touched on in the show just yet, and that is the rise of electronic dance music in the world of country. They're two genres that for decades people thought would never really meet, and now they are, thanks to people like Logan who are pushing the boundaries in ways people have previously not attempted, or if they have, it hasn't gotten nearly the recognition that Logan and people like him have been able to gain in recent months. Now, Logan is obviously not the voice of this genre, and he's not the only one in it, but he's somebody whose music I have become obsessed with, and I think you will as well after this conversation. Now, over the course of about 10 to 15 minutes, you'll hear Logan and I talk about everything from his beginnings, what he thinks of how people are talking about this community as a whole, where it's headed, and so much more. I love finding people that are trying to change country music while having a deep respect for the genre at the same time. They don't think there's anything wrong with it. They're just interested in where it might go in the future, and that's what this conversation is about. That's what Logan's trying to do. That's why I believe in what he's trying to do, and I think you will too in just a few minutes. But for right now, all I want to tell you is that if you haven't followed us on Instagram, TikTok, and everywhere else, please do that. And if you haven't followed us on YouTube, we're posting more and more there in the future, including long-form conversations like this. We also have something coming with the country legends in exile very soon. I don't want you to miss any of it. So if you haven't started following us on YouTube, do that. And if you've done all of those things, then all that's left to do is to sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode of the Country Minute Podcast. I like letting people introduce themselves. It makes a better video. So why don't you give us your proper introduction?
So my name is Logan Garrett. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I'm a DJ and producer. I make a lot of music, but I make electronic country crossover music. And we've got to talk about it.
We do have to talk about it, buddy. So you're playing today, actually. Let's start here. So you're playing downstairs here at Friends in Low Places this afternoon.
Yes, in between the sets and all the surprise pop-up performances down there and changeovers.
So did they tell you who was going to be a guest before?
No, I have no idea, but I walked in and Gracie Abrams was on the stage.
And then you're just like, oh, I'm next.
Yeah, what do you follow that with?
Hopefully not a Gracie Abrams remix.
Probably not, no.
So we walked in to come do this interview, and we also didn't know what was happening here today, and it was Trisha Yearwood. And that was my first thought. I was like, how do you prepare for that?
Just guess, or, it is changeover, so it's a little bit more chill. And then, in that moment, it is a little bit removed from being about me, so I like to play things that people are probably going to discover, like a newer country song that I found, or like a remix I made, but I'm not going to go for like a hit to make them dance or something. I'm going to be like, oh, I bet you haven't heard this, or I bet it's like kind of new to you and it's been on my playlist. What
is the tried and true kind of country song that you do put into your set? Like, what's that one big song that you've remixed that everyone kind of goes crazy for? Do you have one of those?
I mean, the strongest one is I remixed I Had Some Help, and it went really, really far. So that one kind of doesn't miss. Last week, my friend Tanner and I did a remix of Pontoon.
Okay.
Little Big Town.
Yeah.
Been playing that one. It's been pretty fun too.
I would never even imagine. That's the fun thing about this area of music that you're in, is that you have the ability to pick songs to remix that people are like, I would have never thought to remix that song.
That one felt out there.
How did you come across Let's Do Pontoon?
I was actually here at Friends in Low Places during a different changeover where they're just like playing a Spotify playlist, and I heard it and I was like, this kind of slaps.
Okay.
Pontoon by Little Big Town, but it needs some more bass. So we did.
So you're just sitting there kind of pounding on the table, being like, if this just had a drop here, this would really...
a little bit more in it. Yeah, absolutely.
They're opening for George Strait, so I like to picture them adding your version to that lineup of shows.
I doubt it.
So right now there's a big movement in country music. I keep seeing the word EDM everywhere. How do you feel about that?
I'm not sure. It doesn't seem to be going away, but we've got to call it something. Yeah. So, and, EDM is attached to the word EDM, or those three letters, which is electronic dance music. And then I've seen country house come up a bunch, but it's important to note that EDM is like a larger subset, and then house is like a subgenre of it. Yeah. So the two aren't necessarily interchangeable, and they're kind of like within each other.
Would you put yourself under the house category more or less?
I play with a little bit of everything. I do more house than anything else, but I still like some other stuff for sure.
I don't know if country's ready for like a Moon Baton crossover or
Yeah, I want to do like a drum and bass or like a dubstep record with a country artist, but not, we'll get to that.
I mean, I saw our friend DJ Silver, who also does a lot of remixing. He remixed Lakeview today, and I was like, that's a cool choice. So that's where I was like, maybe it'll go into something real heavy, but he didn't. I was like, I'm waiting for it. The heavy drop is coming for country.
Yeah, we've got a couple of those stashed. If you come out about 2:15 a.m., you'll hear it.
The late night has a heavier remix.
Yeah, we've got some stuff up our sleeves.
I love that. Now, you were the first EDM or whatever we want to call this artist to get on WSM recently.
Yes, yeah, I have the first EDM song to ever be played on Opry Radio.
Is it weird? That's like, I don't know if you still have a grandmother, but and when I heard that, I was like, that's the only time my grandmother would understand being proud of a DJ.
Yeah, so, dude, a few days before, I went to take my grandma to a doctor's appointment.
Okay.
And she's from here, too. She grew up listening to it, the whole thing. And I've never really been able to explain what I do to her, but I explained to her that I was going to be playing my song on there, and she got it. And she was like, oh, my gosh, like, you did it. That's it. Like, amazing. So that probably meant more to me than any other, part of it. But, I mean, just insane to be able to, like, be from here and have that, title.
There's not a lot of firsts in Nashville anymore, and you pulled one off.
See if we can do some more.
Okay, now that leads me into the question I've been wanting to ask, which is like, what's the next frontier?
I mean, continuing to push this, pulling in artists that are, can pull in across genres. I think, we can have other artists from other genres on songs with country artists. I mean, we're seeing it in the other spaces, so like, why not in the EDM space?
Talk to me about that. Who are some artists that you would love to get on one of your songs coming up soon? Or do you have anything in the tank you can maybe hint at me for?
I've got something stashed with Ryan Charles.
Okay.
So we'll leave that there. I really, really, really want to do a song with Sierra Farrell. So if anyone knows Sierra Farrell, please call her. I love the song I put out with Anella, and I'm really excited about what he's doing as an artist too. And then I'm just diving around it, man. I'm listening all CMA Fest and seeing, who catches my ear. Okay. So
that's what we do when we come too. We're like, who haven't we seen?
Yeah.
We're like, let's figure out what's going on.
Whose name do I not know, and can I catch their set?
Yeah. We try. It's really hard too, though, because sometimes you'll be like, oh, Keith Urban's on at 11 a.m. I guess maybe I can do Keith Urban.
Keith Urban is a cool show,
right? It's just like, I mean, I'm sorry to the newcomers, but Keith's on at 11 a.m. I love that so much, buddy. I want to ask you a little bit. You said Sierra Farrell. She does watch a lot of our videos. She likes a lot of us. I think she even follows us. So if you could give us a Sierra Farrell elevator pitch for what you'd like to do with her, what would you say?
Sierra Farrell, I want to do a dance music song with you, and I want it to be disco influenced, and we could play it in all over the clubs. We'll take it to a piece. It would be great. Please call me.
Sierra Farrell, please call him. All right, man. I'm going to do a few more things before we're out of here. I put it up by itself. I love it. What a dream come true that would be. I mean, I think she's experimental in a way that I think it will work.
I think she's perfect, man. Like, of all the people in the country space, I've tuned into what she's doing.
Is there anybody that you've thought about working with or tried to approach and maybe thought, because the thing in country is like there's either the people that are like, let's push it forward, and then there are all these traditionalists where I'm like, your songs would probably be so cool remixed, but I don't know if you are embracing what you're doing yet.
Right.
Is that like something you bump into?
Oh, yeah. People, at the moment, it feels like people are scared of this or, like, nervous of, like, looking silly or, like, hurting, what they're already doing or, like, taking away from them. And, I mean, I get it, like, it's new.
It's new.
Yeah, like, yeah, man, I've been told no 300 times already.
Well, that's how you make it in Nashville, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're only 300 away from making
Maybe another 1,000. Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, if people want to see you, where do they find you online and in real life? Because obviously they need to see the set.
Yeah, absolutely. LoganGarrett.com, LoganGarrett. I'm playing in Nashville all the time. My dates are on my website. If you search my name on social media, you'll find me. And yeah, come say what's up. We're throwing parties nonstop.
Okay, last question. Give me your top 3 DJs as inspiration.
Okay. I've been into a lot of Rufus Du Sol lately. I really like Tipper, which might be a bit. Yeah, you know Tipper?
Yeah, we live in Grand Rapids. Big.
Oh, let's go. Okay. And that's crazy. And I mean, like, I'm really inspired by what Diplo's done. Yeah. So, I have to give him some credit in this space for sure.
We just saw him at Santa My Boots, one of the best sets of the weekend.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, he's awesome.
So awesome.
For sure.
Well, Logan Garrett, thank you for talking to us. Find him on social media. Sierra Farrell, call our boy.
Let's go.
Or call Dave. Call whoever you can connected to Logan.
Not hard to find.
Not hard to find.